Hello, fellow union brothers and sisters. I hope this finds you happy. Hope it finds you healthy. Now, while I am no FDR by any means, and this is not going to be a fireside chat, I'm going to give you fair warning that this might be one of the longer video updates that we've done. But for those of you that stick around to the end, we are going to have a prize opportunity. So that's some of the Easter eggs that we've kind of hidden in some of our messages. So if you read those and pay attention, you'll see a lot of those messages come out. So here we are. We're 7 weeks in to the student dismissal, and we really are, as we're doing site visits and we're talking with members and getting text messages and emails. We really sense the stress, and I think it's a good opportunity to kind of remind ourselves of the importance of taking care of our own health and our own mental health, eating right, getting good sleep, trying to get an exercise routine, join our workout club. I put the link here at the bottom to join those workouts. You don't have to have your video on. In fact, none of us do, except for the trainer. So it's a good way to connect. Another thing I've done is I've downloaded the Calm app onto my phone and trying to take a few moments during the day to just check in with some mental health. And we really think that's important. Another thing my wife and I have done is try to only watch the news at certain points, right? And not keep it on all the time. We try to know what's going on in the world. Of course, I'm looking at education news and following the budget, but not having CNN and Fox News and MSNBC just running on the TV, that's probably a good thing as well. So all of these to keep our well-being intact, because we can't help others unless we are healthy. And I think that's important, and we got to keep reminding ourselves of that. So we want to cover 4 major topics during this video update. One is going to be about some of the recent things you might have heard about returning to work next year and some of what the school year is going to look like. So we want to try to ease some stress about that. So talk a little about that. Second, we want to talk about some opportunities for you to have your voice heard in some member forums and site visits and things we're doing on Zoom. Then want to just touch a little bit on temp teachers and contracts with that. And then talk a little about negotiations and the state budget. So first, if you watched the news yesterday, you probably saw the governor gave a press conference, and then our state superintendent, Tony Thurmond, went later on the news and talked a lot about what next school year could look like. And I received a number of emails and texts about people that are concerned because they talked about school year starting early, like in July, and what our class sizes will look like. And I think it's important that we understand that things are going to be different going forward. But I also am going to express a little frustration that, we didn't know that press conference was happening. We got info from CTA, as the day went on yesterday, and got a press release from our CTA president. And I've included that in the email and links down here in the comments of the video as well. But there was some frustration because our local school districts, our local associations, we're not getting this information, and we're hearing about it on press conferences the same time that you all do. And understand that we all believe that these are a lot of times local decisions that have to get worked out. And we have a calendar in place that already normally starts in early August. So I think it's good to be paying attention to what the governor is saying. I think it's good to be paying attention to what our state superintendent is saying, but also understanding that there are no changes yet here in Roland. I'm not saying that there will not be changes going forward, but there are none at the moment. And we know that as a union, as educators, we need to have a seat at the table when those changes and decisions are being made. I think what's also key is realize that the paramount focus for us is student and staff health. While we understand that schools are part of the economic engine, and that loss of learning is important, we can't put our students and our own health in jeopardy to do that. And we're going to be completely focused. And I know when we transition with our vice president, Amy Urbian, will be taking over this summer. I know her major focus is going to be on making sure that we are returned to work in a safe manner. So yes, we know that's out there. We know that there's a lot of talk about what next school year is like, but there are no changes yet here in Roland Unified. And we will absolutely keep you updated as those go forward. And we absolutely understand the concerns around our health, what it's going to look like wearing a mask, the difference between kindergartners and high school students, all of those things, have to be taken into account. So we will absolutely update you as we hear new information. Second thing we want to talk about is we want to make sure that we are getting your voice. So we've been doing a lot of site visits. We've seen most of you at this point. We've been visiting school sites on Zoom. We are going to do a couple more opportunities this week, kind of for everybody if they want to join. One is going to be on Friday at noon. It's really focused for special ed educators around the district, but it's really open to anybody. We really want to hear, some of your concerns. We will update you on information that we know at the time. It might not be a lot different than what you know at the moment now, but it'll provide us an opportunity to connect and talk. So that's Friday at noon, and that's the special ed forum. The link and info for that is down here in the comments of the video. Second way is for all members. Next Tuesday, it's going to be on Cinco de Mayo at 3 p.m. We're going to do an all-member forum because maybe we came to your site and you weren't able to get on the Zoom. So if you'd like to jump on at that time because maybe you've missed the updates or maybe you have some new questions. So we will host that from about 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock next Tuesday via Zoom. And again, the contact info or the link info for that is in the comments here of the video. Another way, again, to always have your voice heard is emailing organizing@aremembers.org. And that's organizing@aremembers.org. If you have concerns about or comments, maybe you don't expect a reply, you just want to say something, you just want to give your input, about maybe what you think next school year, things we need to take into account, about negotiations, about the state budget, any of those things, feel free to use that email, organizing@aremembers.org, to let us know what you're feeling and what you're hearing. Next topic we want to touch on is about teachers on temporary contracts. Over the next weeks, a lot of you will be called back that are returning. You'll be given contracts. That is, I know some of you are waiting, and I know it's a stressful time, and that's why we asked everybody to get that return to work for our permanent teachers. If you can get that form in, it helps HR know about staffing decisions they need to make, and we could get our temp contracts to our employees as quickly as possible because we understand that it's very stressful because nothing is final until you have that contract in hand. Understand that we're all going to be getting temp contracts again. As far as those temp teachers, all of you are going to be getting those temp contracts again. And then it's about October that the district will do a reconciliation because I know some of you are on year 2, year 3 of that temp contract. So again, that whole group is going to be getting a temp contract again this year, and then it'll be about October that they'll reconcile the list, and a lot of you will then be able to move over to probationary contracts at that point. So that's how that'll work with temp contracts. So for our permanent folks, if we could get those return to work forms in, if you've not done that yet, please have that in because it helps HR make those decisions for our fellow union colleagues as quickly as possible. Finally, the last topic we want to talk about negotiations. One of the things we've always prided ourselves in a union is being honest and being direct and being truthful. And, we need to continue to do that as difficult as the truth may be. So I just want everybody, if you are watching the news, understand that we realize that the economic conditions that we are in now are different than they were 6 and 7 weeks ago. We would be naive not to believe that. We are in the process of learning about what the state budget might look like about education. One of the things we realize is that the info that we usually get in May is probably going to be delayed because tax receipts and revenue and those reports are delayed as well. So those are things that we are taking into account. We realize that the conditions that existed 6 weeks ago are different than they exist today. Our team has always been committed to a contract that is affordable, that is rational, and that is attainable. And we are constantly committed to that still today. Remember, when we got into this, our key goals are around healthcare and increasing healthcare costs, and that is absolutely a key focus. Our goal has always been keeping a compensation package and salary that's above the median, and working above that, and that's still a goal. Looking at language that protects teachers and makes our working conditions and student learning conditions as best as possible. And our bargaining goals still remain around that. But I do need to be honest that it is a reality that we need to reassess the situation that we're in, and we need to see, what the impact of the budget is on this, and we need to make sure that the decisions that we make as a school district are looking at the long-term fiscal stability of our district and our livelihoods, but at the same time understanding that healthcare costs are expensive. That needs to be addressed. That we need a compensation package that is going to attract educators to come into our district, because we need the best and the brightest to want to come here to roll it. And we need to make sure that we have contract language that protects us, especially as we're going to be going back into these uncertain times in this post or during COVID-19 world. So those are absolutely at the center. But it's been asked, are we even taking into account that this is a new world? Members have asked that in some of the meetings, and absolutely our bargaining team is. You have some of the best staff, the best bargaining chair around, and trust me, we are taking this into account. All right, so again, we're looking for member feedback. Come to those forums. Okay, go to your site visits. Remember, if you missed your site visit, we're doing an all-member makeup on Cinco de Mayo at 3 o'clock. We want to hear your input. We want to hear what your concerns are. All right, so about the prize. We are going to do a $25 Grubhub raffle to the 7th person that just emails your name to organizing at aremembers.org. So if you watch the video and just email your name to organizing at aremembers.org, and you're the 7th person to just email with your name, you will get that $25 Grubhub gift card. So keep watching our video updates. Keep in tune, but also understand that we have to be flexible. We have to realize that we are going to be working in a new world, living in a new world, but also know that we have to take care of our own health and our own sanity and our own mental well-being. So we encourage you to do that. Again, thank you all. It's an honor to work with you, and thank you for the work you're doing during this time. Take care.